Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to review how and where to connect your sensors for proper training. Your protocol will be specific to you, so you'll have an example or be instructed on where to connect, but you'll want to find the specific placement for your sensors. Now there's two types of training. There's single channel training, which is where one sensor will be connected to the head, or there's two channel training where there's two sensors that will be connected to the head. Let me show you where to find the sites. So your training site will be assigned with your protocol. In order to find your specific site, we're going to start with a reference point. Here is CZ, our reference point. That is the center of the brain. You can find CZ, so imagine wearing a headband or headphones. That's going to be the line of the center of the brain. Another way to reference that point is to measure with your index finger, starting at the hairline, the tip, to the tip of your knuckle, which will fall around the center of the brain. To find the additional sites, you're going to use your thumb as the measuring tool. Fun fact, most people's thumbs are about the same size. So from the tip of your thumbnail to the knuckle is going to be your measuring tool from CZ. You're going to start at CZ and measure one thumb length over to find C3, which will be on the left side of the brain, and C4 will be on the right. It's important to note with this type of measuring system, which is called the 10-20 measuring system, all numbers that are even are going to fall on the right side of the brain, and everything that is odd will fall on the left side of the brain. Your sensor placement is actually going to correspond with that. So there's channel 1 and channel 2. So an important note as you're moving forward is make sure that your channel 1 always goes to the left side of the brain and your channel 2 always goes to the right. If you're doing single channel training, you're going to use channel 1 at CZ to connect. That'll make more sense as we go along, but that is important to note. If you're going to be training at F3, F4, you're going to take one thumb length from C3 or C4 and move forward one thumb length. That ends up being about an inch behind the hairline on most people, though hairlines can vary from person to person, especially with children as well. Now going towards the back of the brain, we have our parietal lobe, which you'll feel the parietal bump. Here you would take a thumb length back from C3 or C4 to find P3 or P4. And you can probably guess when we get to the occipital lobe to find O1 and O2. Continue that line of thought by using your thumb to measure from P3 or P4 back. The last spot that you're going to measure, that you may measure for, would be T3 and T4, which is on the temporal lobe. Same concept, you're going to measure down one thumb length from C3 or C4 and find yourself located just above the ears for the temporal lobe. So now that you know all the sites and where to find them, let's talk about actually how to apply the sensor to the head. The first sensor we'll talk about are the ear clips. So ear clips are going to go on the earlobe, or they can go high up on the ear, but you will want to apply some paste to your ear sensor. To apply the paste to the sensor, a little bit goes a long way. You'll only need less than about a pea size, and then evenly distribute to both sides of the ear clip. From there, you can place the ear clip to where it is secure and gently squeeze the ear clip on. Again, the ear clip can go on the lobe or it can go high up on the ear. Whether someone has earrings or not, just make sure that it's not touching. The left ear will get one of the ear clips. The right ear will have two. You'll notice there are 3 ear clips attached to your amplifier. The second part of your sensor connection will actually be the head sensor. It's shaped like a little cup, and what you're going to do is take a little more of the paste. The second sensor that needs to be applied will be the head sensor. Those will be applied to the scalp in one of the placements that we discussed earlier. This will also take paste. I recommend taking a scoop of it with your finger and putting it on the back of your hand, and then taking the cup part of the sensor and scooping it on, think like an ice cream scoop. From there, you're going to locate the site that was notated on your protocol, get as close to the scalp as you can and press that in to make a firm connection. It's okay if a little bit of paste comes out the side or even out of the top. The last thing you'll need to know for your neurofeedback session is how to properly clean the sensors. So for the head sensor, you're going to take any residual paste and scoop it out with some paper towel. And with the ear sensor, you're going to open it up, wipe out any of the paste that's left, and also clean these with the alcohol pad. Proper cleaning is going to ensure that the sensors don't rust and that you have a great connection each time you have a neurofeedback session. Thank you so much for joining me in these videos. Hopefully you've learned everything you need to have a successful neurofeedback session at home. Feel free to reach out with any questions that you have via text or email, or you can call. We're your team and want to make sure you have the best success in your neurofeedback training. Have a great day. Get to training.